Because if anybody it's the same thing with school. School can't penalize you for doing something for on federal orders. So like if you miss assignments because you have to go do something, they have to give you the extension to make it up.
Gotcha.
I changed nothing but the date.
It's just gonna remind you after this, and then I think all four of y'all are coming. I don't know about David. I haven't heard from David. I would think he's coming. He usually lets us know if he's not.
Oh, there's a truck out there. I don't know if it's here.
No.
Yeah, I don't either. But I tell you, it's been a long day.
Yeah,
We're still holding out for Vanderbilt though.
I've been
Well, I think it was just what
maybe
school
10, a
was
meeting
thinking.
at 2, and a meeting at 5:30.
She got
I
offered
think
to.
they offered her a lot.
Good. I bet we just have one lawnmower. I bet we just have one bid for the lawnmower, which he helped the guy before, so he should know the brands.
Oh, I am tickled to death. I won't say nothing though, because I don't know if they got it out yet.
I don't think they looked, and I'm sure it will.
Oh my Lord, well, she was telling us about it the other day, that they'd been to Alabama, and they'd been to Georgia Tech, and they'd been to Vanderbilt, but they hadn't heard back from Vanderbilt, because Vanderbilt doesn't announce or offer until the 1st of April. Oh my
Vanderbilt
God.
would have been great because
Ramblin' Rick and Georgia Tech. Well, she still got it open, she still has to decide yet, or did she decide?
Go over it on the bill. It's their facility checkers, kind of like a timeline of
A
everything.
friend of mine coaches softball, doesn't he? Marty McDaniel used to,
This is like a timeline of when things are gonna be,
Oh,
projects
I'm
are
so
gonna be done.
how many?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Mickey, I'm picking around these, do you want to run that on these?
No.
I don't eat anything but peanuts in the nut world. Like there's almonds and cashews.
I gave y'all this so you could be kicking it to take the rest of the meeting.
I love the raisins. I have a thing, I'm like, did I tell you this funny story on Stephen T that she's truly a blonde somewhere? She said, I came through eating yogurt covered raisins one day and I said, do you want a yogurt covered raisin? And she said, I don't like white chocolate. I said, okay, do you want a yogurt covered raisin? She said, Mama, I just told you I don't like white chocolate. I said, for the love of God, I didn't say white chocolate, I said yogurt. And then she looked at me, she said, well, I don't like raisins. You're blonde. Somewhere you're blonde. Okay. David coming? Yes, no?
I guess we'll start, you come in.
We're going.
He didn't ask about it.
Yep. So,
And I text
You
Sherry
ready?
to say I left it in his
that's the
mail.
only one?
She said, thank you,
That's the only one?
just one.
Okay.
He helped the guy before, worked for the guy before that mowed it, so he's real familiar with the
Okay.
grants.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started. We call the workshop together, and first thing on the agenda is a community project with 8th graders presenting. Am I live? No? Yes. 8th graders. Come up to the microphone, introduce yourself, and split it between, okay.
So to introduce ourselves,
Please.
my name is Davey Holtz. My name is Grace Roberts. And we're going to be talking about the Isaiah 117 house fundraiser that we plan to do.
Speak up just a little bit more.
We're going to be talking about the Isaiah 117 house fundraiser that we plan to do school-wide.
Okay. Thank you. You need to leave one over there, maybe, in case you should go down, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to speak up, because
It's not amplifying.
it's
just
not
recording.
amplifying, it's just recording.
It's just for the recorder. You still have to talk loud.
It's not like
Okay, you're fine. We're just wanting her to give you a second.
Yes, this environment is a cold space and not suitable for young children and can impact kids in negative ways. The Isaiah 117 House plans to change this through providing a comforting and loving space for kids moving between homes or waiting for placement. The Isaiah House is operated and directed solely on donations given by the communities and locals around them.
We as eighth graders have our passion and courage to also help spread the message and help those in our community through the Isaiah 117 House. Now, you may be asking, how would we accomplish this goal? We plan to accomplish this goal through creative brainstorming, by some of the eighth grade students. We found a stimulating and an entertaining way of raising funds, a competition. This competition would consist of eighth graders and NGS staff working alongside one another to collect and motivate donations school-wide. The competition would be a challenge between each grade level in the school, featuring the well-known data thermometers to help encourage and fuel this competition.
We are calling this competition the Change Challenge because even kids can make positive changes in their community. Each grade level will have a large water bottle and students will bring change in to fill it up. Whichever grade level has the largest amount of money at the end wins.
The Change Challenge will begin after spring break and run through May 6th. At the end of every week, we'll mark on the bottle how full it is and transfer that information to their thermometer.
The winning grade level will be treated to a snow cone party outside and get to catapult water balloons at our very own Mr. Lewis and Mr. Morrow.
To add, school staff at UGS may also donate their change to the grade level of their choice.
And the Modern Woodman is going to do a matching funds grant for this fundraiser.
Thank you.
Great, so Martin Woodman's gonna match it.
Thanks.
Wait just a second, ladies.
Okay.
The paper is here. So we need to be able to see your shirts, because they're Isaiah 17 shirts, aren't they? Okay, let's let him take a picture. Put it all together.
And if you really want to, you can pretend you're still talking to them, so
Yeah,
it looks.
you look at us,
Okay.
that way it still looks like you're presenting.
Then I might as well say, although it was just us today, there are some other members that would have been here except they had other commitments tonight.
Okay, well, that's great, thank you for recognizing those, you all. So this is the 8th grade that is putting out the challenge. And it goes all the way down to kindergarten,
Yes.
so it's a penny war.
It's good to get into community service.
That is, it's wonderful. That'll help you with college, going into high school today, that's great, thank you. Not easy to come here and speak, is it?
No, it's not.
Again, that's not an easy deal to come here and actually speak either, so congratulations. Okay, you have that to follow.
I'll say that's a tough act to follow there. I laid a paper on your tables and I am smiling big. I don't know for how long, but right now life is good. I think I figured out what it might be. I'm just gonna say it. If you look at the numbers, the end of February, we still had pretty high numbers, especially even exposed or whatever, but it dropped drastically. And if you think about that, home tests were delivered probably about that time, so. I'm just saying, maybe they're self-monitoring, exactly, so we'll leave it at that. But numbers are great. We had 2, we reported last week, my desk, Kathy's desk is empty of COVID stuff right now.
Thank you, Lord.
So, good things I hope on the horizon. Be optimistic.
Thank you, Lord God. Great, thank you. Okay. Cafeteria Report, Christina.
I'll be Christina today.
All right.
In
Wow.
Michael Short's voice. I have her report, and I'll just head on into mine if that is okay with you guys.
That'll work.
Our average membership for February was 682, with $53,303 of reimbursing the meals. We had a total of 13,458 total meals served. 4,137 of those were breakfast, and 9,321 were lunch. That was served over a 19-day period. The procurement review is complete, and there were 0 findings. That was great news. And also, there was a 100% score on a recent health inspection. She is currently working right now on crew to staff the summer school feeding for the month of June. And that's all she has. And all I have is that today's the first day of the 4th 9 weeks, so we're officially 3/4 of the way finished with the school year. And I also want to share that I've received a check from the Dollywood Corporation. Dollywood has a promotion where they will share a certain percentage of money earned by employees who work for the school system or who designate that money to go to the school system. So a big thank you to Eddie Walker. Thanks to Eddie Walker, we received a nice donation from Dollywood in honor of the hours that he has worked. I understand he's no longer working at Dollywood, so I think that's probably coming to a close. But we really appreciate what he does for us, and certainly the donation that he's arranged for Dollywood. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Assistant Principal report.
Well, I appreciate being volunteered to be a water balloon. It's always nice to see. The only thing I really got kind of falls on the heels of what Michelle said. Because things are starting to look a little more pleasant on the COVID front, we're going to try to do something a little more normal. We're going to do a dance for our RTIB, and we're going to do it outside. So we're getting some nicer weather. So we're not going to take too many chances, and we're going to try to find a nice day in the next couple of weeks and do some different grade levels and just kind of have a little spring fling dance, just some time for some downtime. The kids get out there. They always enjoy it. You said it's not
A sock off.
Yeah, I thought about that in the playroom, but that area just, that playroom is very noisy. The sound doesn't travel well, plus we'd be all on top of each other inside. So we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna do something outside in the courtyard area there. Just try to give the kids a sense of normalcy, try to get back to some of the things we used to get to do. I was excited I actually got to wear my St. Patrick's Day socks this year. It's the first time in 3 years we've actually been in school. The last few years we were out of school for different reasons, so it's kind of nice to be in school so I could wear my socks last week. That's all I've got for you. You've got to vote on my field trips there later on, so those are on the books, and the county, I'm assuming the county has voted on those if they made it on ours. So that's a busy week. We got 3 field trips plus a water patrol field trip I'll be on that week, so I'll be on 4 field trips that week, so I'm definitely going to need a break that weekend after that. That's all I've got for you.
Okay, thank you. Federal Program, Amy?
The calendar committee has met, and we have formed 3 calendars. We should be getting those calendars out to the teachers this week, so at the next board meeting, we'll have the calendar to present to you that the teachers have voted on. The supervisor's office also was presented with another monitoring this week. The federal is now monitoring our ESL program. This is a normal monitoring that everyone across the state's doing. It's just brand new, one that has not been done before. So we're in the middle of that. We are also in the middle of budget revisions. I went to a budget workshop last week. I don't anticipate getting our federal funding till maybe the middle of April. So I may end up, we'll see when I get it. I have already transferred and started doing narratives for the budget for next year and in our E-plan, but I don't know how that's gonna work as far as timelines for the board meeting next time, because I don't know when I'm actually gonna get the funds to budget. They said that the states had not received them from the federal government. Once the states get them, it's gonna be 2 more weeks before they trickle down to me. So I'll get those finished. I'm working on my part so that once I have the funding from them, I can get that done hopefully quicker than not. And so you should have that to vote on. Tonight, you have to vote on the Grace Rehab contract. The Grace Rehab contract has not changed since last year, so that's good. You should be getting the UT class psychology contract next time. I have requested a contract from them, but I have not received that as of now.
Could you explain to me kind of about the Grace Rehab contract, about how they come up with that amount, and then about how they file insurance also?
insurance. If the student has TennCare, then Grace Rehab files TennCare on the TennCare student, so all the students who have TennCare, TennCare reimburses Grace Rehab, and we don't pay for those students. Our costs per month are for the students who have private insurance only, and that cost per month does not change. So if I end up enrolling, let's say, 3 more kids in the program and they have private insurance, then that cost continues to cover that amount of kids with private insurance. So it works well for us.
But it is capped.
It is capped,
I see it
yes,
capped in
yes.
C.
And it's
In
an extreme
expense.
amount of money. I said it's an extreme amount of money. That's a
Yeah.
good business to be into.
Yeah, yes, yes, and that does cover our occupational therapy. It covers 2 occupational therapists, an occupational therapy assistant, a physical therapist, and a physical therapy assistant, and they're here 4 days a week.
I'll say it's valuable, but I'm saying it would be a good, profitable
A business
venture,
being.
yes.
Any questions over that? Prior to Grace Rehab, we had to pay per month for every child, so it is.
I was gonna say, what's our average attendant, I mean, what's our average child? I mean, is it, how many children do we average a week or month,
Yeah, several. I'm gonna say, this is just a ballpark figure, probably 70, 75. Anyway, and they do multiple visits with.
So it's 75 children or 75 visits?
Oh, 75 children.
75
Yeah, lots
children.
of children,
Okay.
lots of children,
That's what I just wanted to ballpark,
yeah.
and I write approximate, I understand that, but. Okay,
And it varies because we have kids floating in and out.
correct. Any questions about the contract, Grace? Is that all? Okay, thank you. Systems and assessments, Chris?
Okay, so last month, it was the day before March, so I told you that we were moving into testing season. And what you have in your packet is a calendar of our testing schedule that the test scheduling committee has put together. We have representatives from each of the testing grade levels that come together, as well as a representative of special ed. They bring together their concerns from their grade level, their department, talk about what we have as far as times that we have to test, the days, all the rules around that the state has given us for the testing, and they put that together. And as you can see, we have to, this year, a little bit different than years past, we have to do all the language arts on the first week of testing, get that completely done, and then move into doing the rest of our subjects. So we are spread out over 2 weeks, whereas in the past, we just have 1 day on the first week and then everything else the rest of the week. But that follows the guidelines of the state and has been, pretty much meets all the requests of the different grade levels. As I told you last month, our ESL and our special education alt assessments have started. Teachers are still working on those. We've had some good progresses, some successes. I heard from our special ed teacher today. She had some successes working with her students on that. And then on technology front, we have our box lights. We found out from Central Technologies that they now have our box lights in stock and have gotten us on their install calendar to take down and replace our Promethean boards. We have 32 box lights that are going to go in the week of May 4th, and then they'll finish up the week after that. So about 6 days of them putting those in. And like I said, we have 32 of those, and we did that as part of our ESSER funds. And hopefully we get as many years off of these as we got off those Promethean boards. They're starting to die on us. I think we were talking the other day that we installed those first Promethean boards in about 2009, so we got 13 good years out of that equipment, and that's hopefully we do it with this one too. Textbooks, last week, Pam Vernon and I worked on going through an inventory of what we had on hand and had our teachers do an inventory of what extra they have in their rooms, and we're moving forward on getting those copies for next year, consumable things ordered and in stock, so we can start getting those out to teachers either before we leave or when we come back for the year, depending on how soon those come in and what we're able to do with those. And that, there's not an adoption for textbook this year, so we're looking at that as some cost savings, which is normally has to be in the budget. But other than that, that's all I have for this year.
Director's report.
First of all, I wanted to be sure, I think, Jan, you'll be going to, the luncheon for Mayor Dykes, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
March 31st, we're at table 13. And I think David had said when he was here,
He had said on the Zoom that he would probably
Yeah, I
attend if he
thought
were in
they would
town.
attend. I think, I heard from the other three that they probably wouldn't be able, but if you, you know,
You're not gonna be
you
able to.
said you
That'll
had.
work.
Okay. Because I thought you had originally said yes.
Well, I had-
So I'll fill the seats with you, if that's okay. Then I gave everyone a facility checklist, just to kind of give you an idea of the timeline. ESER 2.0, of course, we're into the roof, phase 2, and it should be completed in approximately 6 weeks if the weather holds off. The cooling tower and primary air conditioner, we should finish that contract, project up in 2 weeks. Partial window replacement is expected to start in mid-April, and they'll work around testing schedule. When they're testing, they will not be working, either on the roof or on the window. Third grade bathrooms should be finished in 6 weeks, which is good. Maybe they'll get to use them 1 week or 2 before school's out. Then ESER 3.0, we did the bids, opened the bids, or had the opening of the bids last week. And I put the different amounts in your, on the agenda. And the lowest bid was by Ridge Roofing, who has been doing all of our other roofing so far. And Daryl seems to think that they're doing a really good job. I've insert some pictures for y'all to look at. I definitely don't climb up on the roof myself. But anyway, I think a drone took those. We're working on, the architect's coming tomorrow to measure our windows in the old building and down going to the gym. There's 137 windows, and he has to measure them in order to give us a ballpark figure and work up the bid. After we do those 2 things, then we'll focus on enclosing the receptionist area, where Lisa Swan's at, to make it more secure, and some Safe Schools money, along with ESER 3.0, will be used for that project. And after that, we'll move on to the 4th through 8th grade bathrooms. I put renovation, but it's more like a facelift that we're going to be giving them. And we combined the receptionist area with the 4th through 8th grade bathrooms and the gym lobby doors, because the architect says it makes it more enticing to get somebody to bid on it, that people will not bid if it's just going to be a $50,000 project. So, you know, the gym doors down there that are foggy and everything, that you go into ball games, we're going to replace those after you retire. Maybe we're going to get those replaced.
Thank you, Cindy.
And they'll have to work on that. After that's accomplished, then the yellow playground, I'm going to make a committee of teachers from different grade closures, plus the gym teachers and some others, to come to help pick out of the playground equipment some that they think will serve both the younger children, and then have some for the bigger children. And then the architect will take those and kind of design the layout of the playground. And of course, those popular water bottle stations have been ordered, and as soon as they come, Rockwell's will install them. And after all of that, we'll go on to the carpet in 3rd and 4th grade, but that's looking like it's more of a 2023 project. Because I've decided, if nothing else, it takes time to get the bid going, to advertise, to get, you know, pre-bid, then an opening of the bid. And if we have any money left whatsoever, we'll try to look at replacing the air conditioners in the primary. They're still functioning, but they're several years old, and we're concerned that they may start having a lot of problems. And the desk will come last, because the desks are still in good shape overall, but that's a wish list kind of for that. Down on the next one's the laboratory, the health grant that we received, and it kind of listed about the sink. Kathy sees the need to have a sink outside of the bathroom, so if somebody's in the bathroom, a child or somebody comes in with something in their eye, it'll be like a station to wash the eye out, to do first aid. We're going to paint the clinic and triage rooms during spring break. Now Pam's going to help us out with that. And storage cabinets, we're getting some new cabinets in there. We're gonna reseal the gym parking lot and mark it off again. They've already removed the stall divider in the clinic's bathroom. And of course, out of that same grant comes a nurse's salary and our COVID testing kits. And this on the back is a sheet just to give you an idea of the timeline for the big panels of windows that we're gonna have in the middle section. And we were real interested in receiving this because I think they kind of been dragging their feet, but I guess it takes time to get things. And I want you to remember Bobby on Thursday, Bobby Coggins. He had a knee replacement several years ago and it's infected, so I don't think Teresa and them would mind me telling you I ought to be thinking of them on Thursday. They're gonna take that out, put a spacer in, so he will not be able to put weight on it for 6 to 8 weeks. Then after that, they'll put back in the artificial device, a knee replacement. And so he's got a long road ahead of him. And I think that's about it, unless y'all have some questions that you'd like to.
12 weeks, at least 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Are we experiencing supply chain with any of these projects? Is that hitting us yet, or are we supply chain issues with any of these projects? Is that coming?
That's what's putting some the windows.
Yeah.
That was the main thing, the glass. And so, but they have it, and they feel like they can start. We'll see. I'm really anxious to see how they're gonna do the big panels over here on the side of the 3rd and 4th grades, but we've waited several months. These windows, I think, will be easier to get to replace. They're
Right.
just pretty normal windows. The others have to be custom like.
Yeah, these are pretty normal size, but
Now, with those new windows over here, will they incorporate the heating system like they do now?
You mean like, will they cut down?
The heating, I think all the heating, the radiator or whatever, in the rooms, isn't that within that panel?
Yes, no,
Okay.
they will not remove, yes, they will not remove the heating systems. And what they explained to me, I thought it was one solid panel out there, but it's not, it's 2 different ones. And so it should be easier. I thought if they take out the whole side of the wall, but I think it's put in the top portion and the bottom portion. And they're having to make the frames at whoever's doing it. I think the Holston Glass Company or something like that, in Knoxville, they're making the frames. And they'll bring them and the glass will be delivered here. That should be really fun. To find a place where the glass is going to be stored until they come. So I say they'll move quickly if we have glass on site. It's been a process. The windows have been really taking the longest of anything to get. But everybody's seen a need for them for many years, and the windows are gonna be double pane, so that should help with our electricity, our heating and the electrical bill.
Very good list.
anything else? Yeah, great list.
So whoever gets that lawnmower business better have insurance. If they
You
break
better not
the
be busting no
window.
windows. The roofers are taking care of that.
That's right.
The roofers are taking care of having
Yeah.
to take them out, not even worry about it, what they broke 2 or 3. That saves some cost of removal.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I don't
right.
know who's paying for I don't know who's paying for the wood that's going in to block them up, but, okay.
I've learned a lot during all of this.
We're gonna go build a house.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is supply chain, I mean, you just can't
Well,
get anything.
And it's funny the specific things that are so hard to get and everything.
And
Oh,
procurement
yeah.
of contractors right now is so difficult because they're so overwhelmed with so many projects.
And that's why I really wanna get all of this under contract, so we're in on their list. for
Right, and
where-
we're locked in on a price. Once you're
Yes.
under contract with them, you're locked in on the price.
Uh-huh.
Cause I mean, if you watch the housing market, what interest rates raised 5 times in one day last week,
Yeah.
they're back up above 5%.
But I told Bill, I wanted to move, he has that list of priorities, and I said, I want to move as quickly as we can to get contractors locked in to where we're on their list, because that's hard to get contractors.
Mhm.
so hard.
contract and get the quote. Anything else, guys? The only thing I have is next meeting in April 18th. Does anybody got any conflict with that? After spring break, so I knew that it wouldn't bother you. Your break is early.
Yeah,
Holidays
we just got
are
back from
over.
our break.
You're on it this week, right?
No, last week.
Last week? And we're out, so, am I wrong, 18th?
Yeah, that can't right.
So our next meeting will be the 18th. And then we need to vote on Sandy's contract in the meeting. I have a copy of it here. I picked it up from Mr. Hurst, the city attorney today. About died trying to do that, getting downtown.
Yeah.
I pity you, I'm sorry. It's bad downtown, it's just a nightmare. And then they've got Lincoln closed too for something, so it was a zoo around here today.
I'm getting chance we're moving down over 20 there because of furnaces. I think that's why we're
No,
NU
it's sewer.
It's
NU
sewer or something, yeah, utilities is there, so Newport utilities is there, so it's all blocked off. Of course, that's our runway going from, that's our runway going back and forth through there. I actually was coming that way, coming to the meeting, and I looked up and here come a lady driving through the graveyard. Literally driving through the graveyard on the grass, and I was like,
You're kidding.
I'm not sure you're supposed to be doing that, but we're gonna go on with that. Okay, that's the only two things I have. Does anybody else have anything that we need to?
I was gonna recognize a couple things.
Okay, go ahead.
First, Michelle, congratulations on your award that you received last week. I think you was named first region coordinator of the year.
And doesn't like to brag on herself, but yes, I think we want to make a big deal of that. She may not want to make a big deal of it, but coordinator help of the year.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a picture that was sent.
Should be a picture and a press
He
release.
didn't know a day yet.
Okay, but he got it.
Yes, he got it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's an honor for Michelle to get
Thank you
that.
very much.
It really is an honor.
I was shocked.
I think we don't really
I'm not.
realize how much behind the lines they've been having to do. And they've gotten to know a lot of our parents very well. But, it's been an ordeal, hasn't it?
Dustin was impressed today with the pickup line I hit.
Yeah. And they were probably high.
Got 5 minutes off right now.
Hey, you better ease up. They'll have you out there every day.
I know. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome. I was going to also recognize a few of our teachers. Looking at some of the TBOS data, we had quite a few teachers place high in the state. In 8th grade, Lenore Douglas in the ELA was first in the state. This is, of course, it's district-wide. It's district, so with our district being a one-school district, that shows where we are. Steve Sider was 4th in math. Luke Valentine was 1st in social studies. Jack DePew was 3rd in science. In 6th grade, Whitney Butler was 1st in social studies. Julie Hazlett was 2nd in science. In 5th grade, Carla Sexton was 5th in English language arts, and Robin Williamson was 4th in math. So those are really big accomplishments that we should be celebrating. And promoting. I think that's a big thing we need to be promoting, because we're doing, I know Mickey's saying we're a little higher standard on the hill, and
Exactly right.
we've got some folks that are living up to it.
We want to put that out there. It's exactly right. How proud we are.
And they've received their incentive.
And also want to recognize, I know Carla and Whitney and Summer, they're here from Leadership Cott County, and they're fulfilling part of their class requirements to be here. They have to attend several meetings throughout the community, and this is, I think they have to attend either a city or a county school board, so they chose to come here. Thank
Your
y'all.
county school board has to do CLB and do
City council.
city council, and there's monthly meetings with that. Kickoff was during the blizzard a couple of weekends ago, right? No, I'm just kidding. But it did, y'all were up there at the weekend at Camp Carson, but I think that's great that we're sending 2. I mean,
Yeah.
normally, most companies, most areas send 1, and we're sending 2, and welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. That's a big thing. I know Seth's been through it.
I've been through it. I was on the board several times. I'm not on the board this year, but been through it myself. Good program, and you learn a lot about yourself and your community and how other people work.
That's right. So I think it's great that we have representation, so thank you, ladies.
Going back to the teachers, do we know about that? Can we promote that? Is there a way we can get that promoted? I think that's kind of saying we're doing something.
About they get money.
No,
No.
not promote, just saying that, we're doing
no, I
good
didn't-
things. Just that we're doing good things about that. Is that something we could maybe do a press release on, or?
We have not, as far as, we have not said it in petition,
Okay.
because but it's not that we're not proud of them. And, and we probably do need, I think we have said before, I think that the staff knows, they know they got 2 days off, so they know those high scores have come, and the state has it on their website. The
Right.
note said that's something we may need to do, we just have not done it because
Right.
sometimes,
We do have recognized at the top of both our district and our school.
yes,
Pages about being reward schools and
yes,
exemplary districts.
that part,
It's
we don't
been
list
more
specific teachers.
Not listing anything specific about teachers because being a one-school system, it kind of highlights who's not on the list in some ways.
Well, but still, yet as a
Yes.
plug for the paper, we could still say that we are those exemplary schools or exemplary school, and that we are the top, in the top percentages. I think we should
We're a level 5.
level 5 and.
Yeah. I mean, or at least an internal recognition, or
Yes.
something, so people are aware of the cause.
Yeah.
Big accomplishments and hard
Well,
work.
it is.
I think we're
A lot of work does go into it,
I
a
think
lot
we're-
of stress.
Right, and that, and too, I'm also thinking, this from a community perspective, we need to let people know what we're doing.
Mhm.
We need to let them know we don't just sit on top of the hill. We are the top of the hill, king of the mountain. I like that. But I want to brag on them. I want to brag on you. Anything else? Am I forgetting anything?
We can open the bid for mowing.
That's the last thing. I've just got to open the bid. So I just want to make sure we only have one bid.
And this won't be hard to choose.
Won't be real hard to choose with this one here. Yes. Unless I faint.
Unless it's triple what we were paying, we may go back to the drawing board.
That's right. It's TNT Lawnscapes. I had to learn that. They're out of Dandridge. It is thank you for consideration and the bid after reviewing the property and determining the number of hours needed to complete mowing, raking grass, string trimming, removing litter and blowing off sidewalks and pavement. A bid of $517 even per cycle. We are aware that all services have to take place after hours or on weekends and will ensure all of those services are completed as agreed upon.
And how often? What's
It's,
the cycle?
It just said per cycle, and that's what I'm looking for here.
Okay, is that the contract that you,
That's just
I haven't seen, that there is a contract that they signed that says like in April, they know so much, in March, and June,
Is that
July.
up to your discretion when they, is that up to your discretion when they do this? I mean,
Well, it's a cycle, it's like the first
One's in
week,
April, twice, May, June, July, August. I think.
but it's on a cycle of 14 days, I think, or something, it's every 2 weeks per
Okay,
primary.
that's fine, I just
About
want,
every 2 weeks, unless, I think I have one I can call to say, it's really getting high, we need it, and of course, we
In the
would pay
event
the
there's a lot of
bill.
rain or something, yeah.
well, cause it does
But it's real
fluctuate.
specific in the contract that I have, that we sent out. Don't you think was it clear enough?
The only thing that I reviewed was from Daryl, and I believe,
Was it what was in the paper that he,
yeah, and the contract didn't start until July.
well, we did not, we started it, July the 1st is when our fiscal year starts.
Okay.
Does Mr. Suggs, if he wants to give it up before, I'm open to you starting, absorbing the rest of his contract, but he would have to let me. Have you talked,
I
know
haven't spoke with them.
I'll contact him and just, ask him if it's okay, because he had told me he was going out of business, maybe, has he gone out of business?
Yes.
Well, then I say he has nothing to know. So, so I'll call him tomorrow, well, I'm gonna be in Nashville for 3 days.
What was that money for?
So, I'll try to get in touch, I've got his phone number in
For
my
soccer.
phone, and I'll just call him, touch base with him. And if he's not gonna, if he wants to just bow out, you can just, if it's all right with you all, just take him.
And as long as you're in agreement with it, you could take over starting April.
Yeah, I can start tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'm just saying,
Let me just, let me touch base.
There is some litter down here, so.
There's some what?
Some litter down here, I was bothered by it.
Well, I'll tell
Don't
you,
get it on my.
if you wanna know what bothers me, it's all of those leaves in our fence down there on the front and the
Yeah, I was
steps.
looking at that too.
And that was supposed to be part of, picking it up. But I'm sure if he doesn't have the equipment, it'll be fine. But I'll try to call tonight when I go home. And get in touch with me, it would be fine with us if it's. fine.
well, I mean, that's what I was gonna say, we can put that in, that in the event that he is wanting to take over the previous contract,
Yes.
his contract would begin at this, not
Yeah.
the old contract.
That's right, we would just start that early.
Yeah, this
So
contract would be
we'd
amended
start
to be put in, that if he takes over for the mower
early.
now,
He
that
would
it
get
would be
paid
at
5
this.
to 17 per month.
Yes, okay. All right, anything else to come forward? All right, you ready to go on in? Start. Call the meeting to order, stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please sit there too long. Okay, first thing on the agenda is the consent agenda to approve the February 28th.
Make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Do we have the March meetings too? Okay, I have a motion by Mickey, I have a second by Seth. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This is the March meeting. I was thinking we had 2 minutes, but, okay.
Speaking.
And then approve the following fundraisers. To go to the 8th grade students that spoke to us about the Isaiah House 117. And the sponsors are Misty Myers and Jan O'Lear to have the penny war, the change contest.
Motion.
I have a motion by Nathan, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Seth, all in favor?
Aye.
Any
Thank y'all
opposed?
for coming, by the way.
Yes. Did I do a vote on the consent agenda?
I told them we could just submit a paper, and they were like, but no, we need to talk to them.
Did I take a vote on the amendment?
Oh, this is way better, so good job on
Yeah,
you guys.
You did.
I did take a.
Yeah, you did.
I know I did, okay. I got confused and I didn't know if I took a vote on the minutes. Okay, the next fundraiser is the 5th grade requesting to have T-shirt fundraisers to offset the cost of the upcoming field trips and end-of-year celebration. The cost will be $12 per shirt. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mickey, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Travel, Christina leased to East Grand Regional New Supervisor Spring Meeting in Knoxville on April 19th.
Make a motion.
I have a motion by Mickey, do I have a second?
Second.
Seth with a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Field trips. Wish we could just do this as a blanket. 7th grade to Dollywood on May 16th. Transportation will be on a Cotton County bus with a cost of $53.55 per student. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion by Nathan, do I have a second?
Second.
Second was Seth, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Warrior Patrol to main event in Knoxville on May 27th. Transportation will be on the city van. Cost per student will be $18.95. Sergeant Vixen is the sponsor. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Nathan, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? RTIB reward trips to the following: Rainforest Adventure in Sevierville on Monday, 5/23, Hands-On Museum in Gray on 5/26, American Museum of Science and Energy, 5/25, in Oak Ridge on 5/25, Energy K 5/25, and then Then 525, on the date, 525. Federal funds will cover the cost of these trips.
Motion.
Have a motion by Seth,
Second.
second by Mickey, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Fifth grade at Dollywood on May 11th. Transportation will be on a Cotton County bus with a cost of $57 per student. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Seth with the motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second with Nathan, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Fifth grade NASCAR Speed Park on May 19th. Transportation will be on a Cotton County school bus with a cost of $37 per student.
Make a motion.
I have a motion by Mickey, do I have a second?
Second.
I got Seth on the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? First grade to Briarwood Safari and Bobby on April 20th. Transportation will be on a Cotton County bus with a cost of $18 per student. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Seth with a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Second reading of policy 6.306, interference and disruption of school activities.
I make a motion.
I have a motion by Mickey, do I have a second?
Second.
Seth with a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Grace Rehabilitation Center, contract for occupational and physical therapy for the year 2022-2023.
Motion.
A motion by Nathan, do I have a second?
Second.
Seth with the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Approve one of the following Phase 3 roof bids. There were 3 bids. AAR of North Carolina at $1,032,996. Henley Roofing at $596,500. And Ridge Roofing at $548,000, which was the lowest bid, and they are the ones currently working on our roof now.
I make a motion, we accept Ridge Roofing.
Okay?
I'll
Mick-
second that motion.
Mickey with the motion to accept Ridge Roofing at $548,000. Seth with the second. Give me at one time. Do I need to do a roll call on that? Or no?
That probably be good.
Okay, roll call vote. Mickey?
Yes.
Jan? Yes. Seth?
Yes.
Yes. Nathan?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, 100%. The next item is to approve a supplement for our boys basketball coaches, and which is Tim Doctor and Blake Briggs, and our athletic directors Clint Vinsel and Rhonda Williams for the coaching of the boys state tournament run and planning the trip for the state tournament in Murfreesboro.
I would say
Listed-
something, I think they did an excellent job. As I was there, I know they did an excellent job, and that's a lot of planning, so.
That's a huge amount of planning that's extra on top of what they're both teachers and
And
they
it's-
work.
In a short amount of time.
In a
lot of
short
fun.
amount of time, you turn around, because we won on what, Saturday, and had to have plans on, started on Tuesday, because you were there. Listed in front of you are the amounts that were given last year to Tim and Blake that won the state tournament. But necessarily just getting there to myself is still a huge deal. And you're in the top 4 of the state, and the athletic directors. So what would be the pleasure of the board?
Make a motion, we approve that supplement.
I second that.
Okay, so I have Seth with the motion and Nathan with the second to approve the amounts that were the same amounts as last year to both coaches and the ADs. Do I need to do a roll call on that, or just a regular vote? That's not an amount, huge, not like a roofing, so, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Increased travel reimbursement to the following. Mileage rate. Is this in lieu of all of the inflation in the free world, of course? Okay.
We received it from the state.
I was
State.
gonna say these are IRS, this is in line with the IRS.
Okay,
line.
so it is in line, okay, great. Mileage rate increase will go now to 58.5 cents per mile driven, and meals will now go to breakfast at $18, lunch for $20, and dinner will be $36. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Have a motion by Mickey, do I have a second?
Second.
Seth with the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Vote on the mowing contract, we have one, and again, I'll reiterate that, it's TNT at $517 per cycle, with the possibility of him taking over the mowing contract, if Sandy reaches out to the current person that's gone out of business, that he would take it over mid-contract to finish out this contract.
I'll make a motion to accept that contract.
I have a
Or
motion
enter
by
into the
Seth.
contract, however you want to phrase
Do I
that.
have a second?
I have Nathan with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, sir, and thank you. Vote on renewing the director's contract for the next year. I picked that up from Mr. Terry Hurst today, and this would go from the first day of July 2022 to June 30, 2023, because we do a one-year term. Oh, okay.
Hello? Yes. That is fine, it's about over. We're fixing to vote on my contract.
She said that's why I'm answering it.
Well, Ari, David said he'd come over. I mean, really, it's about over, you're welcome to come, but,
We're done, as soon as we vote on this.
okay. No, they're gonna
Right?
do that. Okay, yeah, but you're welcome if you want to. Do I have your vote or not?
Can't take that, he's not here.
Proxy.
Proxy.
Okay, that sounds good, okay. That is fine, that is fine. Well, that is fine, we understand. I'm glad you just let us know. Hope you did well. Yes, you will, good. Okay, that is fine, that is fine. So listen, talk to you later. Bye-bye. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
His daughter is leaving the tournament one.
Okay, so I'll reiterate that for the contract begins. This contract goes July 1, 2022 to June 30, 2023, and of course, it will be dated that the meeting is held on the 21st day of March, 2022. Do I have a motion that we accept the director's contract?
I motion we accept the director's contract.
I have a motion by Nathan. Do I have a second?
I would second that. This is a lot of stuff, this project list is a lot of stuff, and working in city government right now, that's a lot of stuff to keep up with.
I have to say, I'd like it known that Sandy's done a wonderful job. I want to say I appreciate the job you've done with the list of the ESSER, making sure we're taking care of this building that is an historical building and keeping us up to par. It's been a huge undertaking, and I appreciate you. Do I have a first and I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there anything else that needs to come to the board?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
We're adjourned. Beep. I always know we're off when I hear that beep. I always wait till that beep too. I don't think Stephanie's good one to sign.
I know,
Would it be
that's-
all right? I mean, I don't care.
No,